Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast, and I want to talk about this article. I wanted to post this yesterday, but I've been having internet problems. Go figure. And not only that, oh, here we go. Finally, Indiegogo. I'm trying to promote my campaigns. It's never gonna get there. What is even happening right now? Thrilling Comics is coming out. David Furr is launching this campaign. That is, it'll be Friday. This is launching, and mine is a Silver Streak story. You're also going to get a story by Chuck Dixon in there, so check that out. Coming out soon, Friday. Fatal's the one. There's a Downcast Submerged. That's Downcast 3. Fatal is coming out, or not coming out. Fatal is out. I'm a mess, guys. I'm a total mess. It's never gonna load. Let's just let it go. Okay. So major publishers should use crowdfunding platforms with indie comics creators. You saw some anger over this. Really, I mean, it's one person on Twitter. That's what this comes down to. One person on Twitter says you should not use crowdfunding unless you're a small creator. Now, how she defines small creator is anybody's guess. But it's stuff like this. This is, again, collectivism ruining comics. It's weird because it's like we either all use it or we don't use it. Or it's made up rules for what you can and can't do in comics. And honestly, it's making me reconsider a lot of other positions I've had. Like, I don't like Kickstarter in general. For me, I like to use Indiegogo. And I'd like the platform better, honestly, but there's also the piece of me that doesn't like it because I know that if pressured, Kickstarter will absolutely ban a conservative creator, someone that they is deemed a bad person. They'll do that. They have done that in the past. At the same time, Twitter will ban people that they deem bad people, and everyone's using Twitter. There's so many others, so I'm reconsidering everything. If you want to use Kickstarter because you think it's financially beneficial, use Kickstarter. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. I hate the idea of like, hey, here's rules that we all follow. That's silly. Having said that, I have no plans to immediately use Kickstarter. I'm just saying the principle should be that there shouldn't be, blanket rules that everybody has to follow in comics. That's silly. That's how innovation doesn't happen. Okay, so Berserker, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers bring back traffic to sites like Kickstarter, and comics creators can benefit from the traffic if they do 3 things. That headline right there says it all. It's not a headline, it's a header. That says it all. Everybody still, they don't understand how crowdfunding works. It's not an open marketplace that you post your stuff up, you put your for sale sign, and people just come. It's not a, if you build it, they will come kind of site. They won't come. You'll get some people, very small numbers of people will trickle in and see what you have set up, and they might back it. There's some number of that, but the vast majority of people that go to crowdfunding are people that you send there. Kickstarter isn't sending masses of traffic to their campaigns. It's their campaigners are sending traffic to Kickstarter. That's the way that it works. That's why you run a campaign. You're the one sending traffic if you're running a crowdfunding campaign. Kickstarter is not. They're sending a little bit of traffic. Most of the traffic comes from people. People like Boom Studios, who have a probably sizable mailing list. They've got a bigger reach than most independent creators. They're going to send traffic there. And guess what? The more people that use crowdfunding sites and have a good experience with it, they get their books, they're more likely to go there and browse. They're more likely there to back Power Rangers and then see, oh, here's some other little indie book. I might back this. That's how it works. I don't care how many times people... I'm sorry for the chimes, guys. Why is this happening? I'm not re-recording anything. This is the same misconception that keeps coming up over and over again, and it's brought up by people that don't know how to crowdfund. They've never done a crowdfunding campaign, or they have, and it's brought in like $2,000. I'm not even exaggerating here. Why are they setting the rules for crowdfunding? It's silly. It makes no sense. They don't know what they're talking about. All right, so why would this bother anyone? That's the question. Because there's two concepts here. One is a rising tide lifts all boats, and two is competition is a zero sum game. I'm going to tell you right now, the truth is actually somewhere in the middle. It's closer to a rising tide lifts all boats, but there's still competition. But are you competing against Power Rangers, or is your book competing against another independent title, original characters? You know, that's where your direct competition is. You're not going to compete with Power Rangers because people grew up with the Power Rangers. They know who they are. They know Keanu Reeves. You're not competing with Keanu Reeves. What you're doing is you're hoping to gain some backers because of all the new backers and all that traffic that Keanu Reeves has sent to Kickstarter. You're hoping to take a percentage of them that might be interested in your book. That absolutely happens. It does. So more traffic going to the site, better. You are competing still. There's competition that's going on, but it's unlikely that you're competing with these major publishers. You're competing with other small indie guys. That's the truth. Oh, guys. A rising tide lifts all boats. This is a freak show. So we went over that. Competition is a zero-sum game, right? There's a pie. There's only so much money to go around. Maybe get more readers into comics and make that pie bigger. That's how it would work. Send more traffic to Kickstarter. Make that pie bigger. Which principles apply to crowdfunding? It's both. Same point that I made here. When a major publisher releases a high-ticket item, such as in the case of Berserker graphic novels, it brings more traffic into the crowdfunding platform that would have not normally been there. That's exactly what I just said. For any indie creator, it's always better to be on a platform that has 1 million people looking around instead of 100,000 people looking around. More browsers equal more buyers. This is common sense, and it's just the truth. Every time that there's a major Indiegogo campaign that launches, I notice an uptick in sales for my own campaigns. It's not because my books have been promoted as those other books. It's that there are more people going there and they see, oh, there's Fatal. I've been meaning to back this book. Or, oh, what's this book? Fatal? I've never heard of this. And they're backing it. So I welcome the traffic. How can indie comic creators benefit from major publishers to crowdfunding? There are no simple one-size-fits-all answers. The one would be stop trying to push them out. Accept that it's part of the market. Don't make up stupid rules for failure to keep things small. That's stupid. But each crowdfunding platform can benefit both the major publishers, or benefit from both the major publishers with these three strategies. Encourage major publishers to participate. I don't think we need to. The money's there. We just need to not discourage them or make up fake rules. Show indie creators how to differentiate themselves. You got to compete. You're still competing. You got to make a good-looking book. Why not compete? If you want your thing to stand out against major publishers, look at what those major publishers are doing and say, I can do that too. It's not that hard. Really, I'm looking at what they're doing. They don't have crowdfunding totally nailed down to a science. Many publishers don't. You can absolutely stand out among them. Leverage the point of purchase principle, which is, let's see that. The point of purchase principle, this point requires collaboration between creators and the management of the crowdfunding platform they use. If you've ever gone shopping in a grocery store or a convenience store, you've seen the point of purchase principle in action. That doesn't really explain it very much. Oh, here we go. The simplest terms, it's an impulse purchase you can make because it's cheap and convenient when all other barriers to making a purchase decision are at their absolute lowest point. So pretty much you want to sell people. Here's my own 2 cents here. You want to sell people as soon as they see your campaign. So you just make a good looking campaign. Yeah, everything is you want people to back it now. It's always right now is the best time to back it. You don't want them to forget about it. Make a good looking campaign. You will get backers. Okay. You just want to capture some percentage of that traffic. Let's see. What else does he have? Does Amazon do the same thing? No. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here's the point. Two things. Stop making up rules that everyone needs to follow. This is business. It is a business, and it should be treated as a business. You're not going to have any innovation if you just stick to these are the safe things. These are the rules. And I mean that I'm trying to rethink a lot of things that I've conventionally been thinking. Because if you see an opportunity or if there's some kind of innovation you can try, do it. Shouldn't be shamed into conforming. That's silly. 2, so don't make rules. 2, don't follow the rules. If you have a reason, I mean that's going to get complicated, I guess. But if you have a reason to try something, then try it. There are some things that just are proven to work for crowdfunding, like building an audience first, building a mailing list. Everyone thinks they're the exception to the rule, and they're just going to launch a campaign without having promoted it ahead of time, and the money will just roll in. I never see that actually happen. So there are some things that just make sense, but if you're going to try something new and innovative, try it. Don't let people tell you you can't do it. In fact, that's more of a reason to possibly try it. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. I'm really sorry about the email pings. I'm trying to fit this in, and everyone wants to talk to me. Anyway, Fatal's on Indiegogo. There you go. Right now, hopefully my internet. My goodness. One of the best looking books you're going to see on crowdfunding anywhere, in comics anywhere. Fantastic looking book. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.